You're the little good things you do, they make me no. This distance is taking a hold of me for sure, baby girl.
Good morning and welcome to another fabulous episode of Banana Visits Paris. This is my first morning waking up in Paris and it is just beautiful outside on my balcony. I have a very eventful day ahead of me, so now I'm going to get my day started with a nice breakfast and most importantly, giving thanks and prayer to the Most High. After breakfast, I checked out of my hotel to head to my first excursion of the day, which was a macaroon baking class.
So this is the tiny elevator that I'm about to get in. I rode in this elevator getting in. I'm gonna ride in this elevator going home. Or not home, just, wait, where's the button? Is it 0 or 1? All right, I'm gonna go to 0.
That was not 0 that I pressed, but I learned when I got to the wrong floor. In France, their floor 0 is equivalent to our first floor. So if you are ever in an elevator in France and you want to go to the first floor, you go to the floor 0. You want to go to the second floor, you go to floor 1, and so on. Once again, I called an Uber to take me to my macaroon baking class. I found this macaroon baking class on Airbnb Experiences right here. This is not a sponsorship for Uber nor Airbnb Experiences. I'm just sharing what worked really well for me and sharing a unique excursion that I found that was definitely well worth it. My macaroon baking class was at Maison Fleuret, the baking school. This baking school also offers a croissant baking class as well, but I thought it would be more fun to learn how to make macaroons. Also, I don't eat croissants that much anyway.
Chocolate!
And as I said in the last episode,
Now let me tell y'all, I love macarons.
So my decision was a no-brainer. My instructor, Chef Julie, is one of the chefs that teach at the baking school as well. I was pleasantly surprised to find out that I was the only one in this baking class this morning, so it was a great one-on-one experience with Chef Julie. To get started, I pulled my hair back, washed my hands, and fitted myself with an apron, and I was ready to get to baking. Chef Julie showed me every detail of the initial process to get the batter for the macaron shells started. There were a lot of steps. This required extreme precision, so I was happy to watch that part. And this was where I remembered, oh yeah, I am recording and you guys probably can't see anything that I'm doing. But I got smart and moved the camera much closer. I also learned halfway through editing this video that I have been pronouncing it incorrectly this entire time. The cookie I am making are macarons, not macaroons, which is apparently a totally different cookie, but it is fun to say. Macaroons. The next step in the baking process was to choose a color that my macaron shells were going to be, and that was a very easy step. I chose turquoise because it is such a pretty color, and it is really the only reason I chose turquoise.
My arm is tired already.
This required much more upper body strength than I initially imagined.
That sounds good.
Here, Chef Julie is using a scale to precisely measure how much meringue goes into this mixture for the shell of the macaron cookies. I don't remember how much you have to add, but you know it is a precise measurement if you have to use a scale to know what the correct amount is. And then followed by more hand mixing. I just want to say I have a much higher respect for people who do this for a living. I love watching competition cooking and baking shows, and I always judge the contestants from the comfort of my couch, like I could handle the competition no problem. But I didn't realize how precise the measurements and how precise the temperatures had to be. And to add to that, the pressure of the competition, multitasking, and a time limit, yeah, I have definitely learned my lesson, and I will judge much less. I'm still gonna judge though, just not as harshly.
They're baking already.
So fun to see like the actual process of it. Cause like, you're seeing it on TV as they're doing it and they know what they're doing. That's one thing. But actually making these cookies yourself is a totally different ballgame. Another thing I really enjoyed about this baking class, in addition to learning how to make macarons, is being able to chat with Chef Julie. We talked about everything from books to movies to our careers. There was never a dull moment during this baking class. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and click the bell for notifications. Look at them, they're so pretty. And of course, I just had to taste my masterpiece. Clearly they were good. Excellent even. This was the end of my baking class at Maison Fleury. It was only 3 hours long, and I got to take home my extra goodies to enjoy during the rest of my trip. Exactly 0 cookies made it back home to the United States after my trip. They were thoroughly enjoyed. They did email me the recipe for the macarons that I just made today, so maybe in a later video I'll try to make it at home and see how it turns out. Coming soon. It was now time to head to the hotel that I would stay during the rest of my trip. We have now made it to our hotel. Well, just me. Ha! So my room isn't ready yet, but that's okay because I really just need to charge my devices at the baking class. My phone is now on 37%. So, but for the rest of the day, we do have a dinner today. Okay, thank you. So we have a dinner, welcome dinner, with the rest of the group today. But until then, I'm taking a nap, and I think it is 11:40. So I'm gonna take a nap for the rest of the day until dinner, because I'm tired. But first, here's a look at my room and bathroom at New Hotel Lafayette. Although I didn't have a balcony again, I still enjoy having a window with natural sunlight. Once I got settled in and had a quick nap as usual, I got all dressed up to go out for our group dinner. Hey y'all. We are now going to dinner with my new best friend, Miss Eiffel Tower. You want to see her? So excited. Honestly, I thought the Eiffel Tower was just one of those historical structures that people just visit and ooh and ah at. I was today years old when I found out the Eiffel Tower has 3 floors and you can visit all of them. We are in Today, we are going to the first floor because that is where the restaurant is located. In a later episode, I will show you the second and the third floor, which is the tippy top of the Eiffel Tower. Make sure you like this video and subscribe to my channel. Click the bell for notifications on when the next episode is released. I don't know if I've ever mentioned this before, but I am afraid of heights and I don't like elevators. However, I do not let that stop me from trying new things. Except skydiving. You will not catch me skydiving. The first floor of the Eiffel Tower is 187 feet off the ground, which isn't too bad. We ate dinner at Madame Brasserie on the first floor of the Eiffel Tower. One of my favorite things to do when I travel is to try new restaurants and try new foods. Be a little adventurous. Now, I don't mean adventurous where I'm going to be eating spiders and centipedes, absolutely not. But I like to try food that is either traditional to the culture or the country, just to taste something different from what I would normally experience at home. Although I don't remember the names of any of the food that I ate, just know that it was good and I would absolutely go back. After finishing my dessert and taking a couple selfies, I saw that God was out here painting the sky again. And look at this view of the sunset from the Eiffel Tower. And yes, this beautiful view is from the inside of the restaurant. As we were leaving, we were waiting by the elevator and I heard cheering from somewhere close. So I walked to the other side of the first floor of the Eiffel Tower and I found that an Olympic event was going on. Now, before you ask, no, I did not know what event was happening when I was there. I did try zooming in a couple times, as you can see, but I was unsuccessful at figuring out what event. Ultimately, it was still really cool to see and hear, even from a distance. Side note, the Eiffel Tower sparkles at the top of the hour every hour from sundown until 1 a.m. And that was the end of my first full day in Paris.
The next day.
Good morning, everyone. So I am getting ready for the day. We have lots to do, can't wait. But the cutest thing is happening outside right now. Look at this. It's the first day of school in Paris. Look at them with their big backpacks. They're too big for their bodies. Oh, it's all so cute. One of the perks of being on this trip is that we get gifts. Let's open it and see what it is. And a beautiful pink beret. Oh my gosh, cannot wait to wear this. I almost forgot. They gave us a bottle of champagne. How kind, how sweet. Can't wait to drink it.
You got the pink one.
I did get the pink one. I actually love pink too. I'm stepping into my girly girl era. I don't think this was made to go over locks.
What
It's okay. I have to probably style my hair differently.
Yeah.
So maybe I'll just pop it like this.
Oh yeah, I was gonna tell her she's gonna do the mushrooms.
Thank you for hanging out with me on another episode of Banana Visits. And on the next episode, we take a drive around Paris in vintage cars and make a couple stops.
Going great.
I finally make it back to the Louvre and we see Miss Mona Lisa. Then I stand in the middle of the street just to snap a couple pictures. All this and more on the next episode of Banana Visits. Cheers until then.